The council, Varkos growled, has grown fat on certainty. It is time they tasted uncertainty again. He turned to Marcus. Human. You will dine at my table tonight, as guest, not prisoner. Weapons lowered. Tension eased. Marcus nearly fainted with relief. That night, beneath the shifting red sky, the palace held a feast. Vargothi food smoked and sizzled. Roasted gravhawk, fermented moonroot, crystalline starfruit that glowed faintly in the dark. Marcus tried everything, despite not knowing if his digestive system agreed. Saelari guided him, correcting his posture when he nearly insulted a noble by cutting meat the wrong direction. Laughter, stories, disbelief. It filled the hall like a long-lost melody. And yet shadows lingered. Later, on a balcony overlooking lava plains, Varkos joined Saelari. You carry new scars, he said. Yes, she replied softly. I died that day in one way, and was reborn another. You bring change with you. Dangerous change. Saelari rested a hand on the railing. If the Dominion is to survive the next era, we must see our enemies as potential allies, not eternal foes. Varkos glanced at Marcus in the distance, attempting to ride a massive reptilian war beast while servants coached him. He fell off twice. Saelari tried not to laugh. You believe this human is the key? No, she said, eyes thoughtful. But he is proof. We assumed humans weak. But they come from a death world, gravity, toxins, predators. They adapt. They endure. So do we. Varkos sighed, ancient and weary. You will be queen one day. And you will drag our people into an age we are not prepared for. Saelari smiled gently. Father, that is what every child does. Silence stretched between them, warm, unspoken love threading through. Finally Varkos spoke. Then let this be the beginning. Not of war, but of understanding. He placed a massive scaled hand on hers. And perhaps the return of my daughter was not the end of the story, but the prologue to a new one. Saelari leaned into him, eyes shining like stars. Thank you, Father. Below, Marcus attempted again to mount the war beast. The creature bellowed, and Marcus clung on, cheering triumphantly. Saelari laughed. Open, alive, unrestrained. It echoed across the citadel, a sound the Dominion hadn't heard in a year. And King Varkos allowed himself to smile, pride swelling not just for his daughter, but for the path she forged between worlds. A princess returned, a human at her side. A kingdom changed forever. And somewhere beneath the dying light of Kor'Thal, the future shifted, and the galaxy held its breath. For the alien king's daughter had come home, and she did not return alone. The red supergiant star Kor'Thal pulsed in the skies of Vargoth Prime, casting copper light across the palace citadel of the Kor'Thal Dominion. Its towers rose like jagged obsidian spears, carved from volcanic glass and reinforced with the bones of ancient megafauna. Inside the Hall of Crowns, torches of blue plasma fire crackled as warriors knelt before their king. King Varkos Valrune, High Sovereign of the Dominion and Warden of the Seven Warfronts, stood upon the dais in his dark armor. His crimson mantle trailed behind him like a river of blood. His face, rough scales the color of storm clouds, bore the expression of someone who had not slept in a cycle. His golden eyes glowed with the weight of grief. Today marked 1 year since the Battle of Drexus Void, where his only daughter, Princess Saelari, vanished amid a collapsing star fortress. The Dominion believed she died in glorious combat, protecting civilians during the gravitational implosion. Songs had been written, oath-sworn shrines erected. But the king had never accepted her death. He dismissed the courtiers and generals until only his most trusted advisor remained, General Drax Kor'Thal, a hulking warrior with bioluminescent scars spiraling across his neck. "You have searched every wreck, every debris field," Varkos said quietly, his deep voice echoing like distant thunder. "Tell me truly, my friend, have we failed her?" Drax bowed his massive head. "We recovered fragments of her armor. No remains." He hesitated, a rare moment of vulnerability. "Hope is a blade that cuts both ways, my king." Varkos clenched a fist. The palace trembled with his restrained fury. "She was more than my heir, Drax. She was the future of our people. Compassionate and strong. I do not mourn a lineage. I mourn a light extinguished." But the light had not gone out. Far beyond the Dominion borders, in the shadow of a planet humanity called Caliban IV, a stealth shuttle cruised silently toward Vargoth Prime. Inside sat Saelari, alive, scarred, changed in ways no one could have predicted. Once a regal warrior in ancestral armor, she now wore a hybrid suit integrating alien alloys with Terran technology. And sitting beside her, awkward, pale, undeniably human, was Lieutenant Marcus Hale of the United Terran Fleet. He stared out the viewport, adjusting the tactical harness strapped across his chest. "Let me get this straight again," he muttered. "Your father is the most feared warlord in this quadrant." "King," Saelari corrected, her voice resonant, melodic, and edged with command. "Not warlord." "Right, king," Marcus continued. "And your people think humans are—" "What was the word you used?" She sighed. "Soft. Naive. Recklessly emotional. A species that conquered its own Deathworld homeworld, but still acts as though diplomacy can solve everything." "And yet you saved me," Marcus said. She paused, crystalline eyes turning reflective. She remembered the collapsing star fortress, the spiraling debris, the gravity tides ripping ships apart. She remembered dragging Marcus out of a ruptured escape pod, her own armor cracking under the strain. "I saved you because you refused to abandon civilians when every other soldier retreated," she said. "Because you looked death in the face and said, 'Not today.' Because when I was buried under the rubble, you clawed through metal with your bare hands until your fingers bled." Saelari allowed herself a small smile. "You are not like the humans described in our war textbooks." Marcus grinned, though nervousness flickered beneath it. "So your father won't kill me on sight?" Saelari considered this. Uncertain. Comforting. The shuttle pierced Vargoth Prime's atmosphere. Alarms blared across the citadel as ancient defense systems locked onto its Terran signature. The ship broadcast a code encryption only one being could possess, Saelari's genetic cipher. The turrets powered down, confused and hesitant. In the throne hall, the ground shook as the shuttle landed directly on the ceremonial platform reserved for royal visitors. Warriors flooded the chamber, shielding their king. Varkos rose to his full height, towering, armor gleaming like a collapsed star's core. The ramp opened. A hush fell across the hall like a drawn breath. Princess Saelari stepped out. Her people erupted into disbelief, some crying her name, others falling to their knees in shock. Varkos staggered, not from weakness but from the emotional blow. "Saelari," he whispered, voice breaking with a rawness no one had ever heard. "My daughter, my child." She approached slowly, armor glinting, posture noble but weary. "Father, I have returned." Varkos crushed her into an embrace. careful yet overwhelming. Warriors wept openly. Drax turned away, wiping moisture from his scaled cheek. But the reunion froze as Marcus stepped off the ramp. Dozens of weapons aimed instantly, spears, plasma guns, particle blades. The air filled with the lethal hum of charged energy. Varkos's voice became cold steel. You dare bring a Terran soldier to my throne? Have you forgotten our history, Saelari? The Terrans pushed into our sectors. Their diplomats offered peace while their fleets circled our borders. Marcus swallowed hard but didn't raise his hands. With respect, Your Majesty, humans didn't circle your borders. We got lost. Your navigation markers look like, no offense, a bowl of noodles. Gasps. Outrage. A few poorly suppressed chuckles. Saelari stepped forward. He saved my life, Father. More than once. The collapse trapped me. My locator beacon shattered. I drifted for months in cryostasis. Marcus found my pod and revived me. When pirates intercepted us, he fought beside me. Marcus added quietly, I'd do it again. Varkos studied him. A scrutiny that felt like being weighed against mountains and memories. His eyes narrowed as if searching for deceit. Instead, he found sincerity. Fear, yes, but controlled. A human trait often overlooked. Step forward, Terran, the king commanded. Marcus forced himself forward, boots echoing across the ancient stone. I know I'm not welcome, he said. I know humans in Vargothi have a complicated past. But your daughter is alive because we helped each other. And I'm here because she asked, not because I seek anything. The king circled Marcus slowly, like a predator evaluating prey. You are small, Varkos said. I get that a lot. You are fragile. Also true. You fear death. Marcus hesitated. Sometimes. Then why risk everything to bring my daughter home? Marcus met Varkos's gaze without flinching. Because she wasn't just a mission. She became my friend. And you don't leave friends behind. Saelari's expression softened, something rarely seen among the Dominion elite. A murmur passed among the warriors like wind over ancient dunes. Varkos exhaled. A sound like the release of a burden too heavy to carry alone. Perhaps, he rumbled, our judgment of Terrans has been incomplete. Drax stepped forward. My king, the council will protest.